Okay, hello and welcome back for another update today. Boy, these people, they just can't stop filing their crazy papers. So I wanted to run through it really quick. I'm doing this in a different format because I didn't want to waste a couple hours making a video when I could just get the information to you quicker. So here we go. John Pryor also filed a motion to disqualify Rob Wood from the case, and it's almost identical to Mark Means' filing. You see it up on the screen, also posted in Discord. The only thing is he corrected the grammar. He corrected some of the grammatical errors that were in Mark Means' filing, but other than that, it is essentially identical. All right, let me share some of the other pages of it. There's really nothing new in this. I've read all the way through it. If there was anything new, I would certainly let you know, but it's really just the same thing, the same grounds. They cite the same stuff, talks about Summer and Zulema, on and on. It's just identical. So, all right, so there's that. Now we have both defense attorneys going for this motion. However, Rob Wood has responded. So let's talk about that. Let me put that on the screen and we'll read through it. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. Okay, Rob Wood. He just filed this just a little while ago, and it says, I, Rob Wood, being first duly sworn and deposed, say that 1, I'm over the age of 21, competent to testify, and I have personal knowledge as to the matters stated herein. Number 2, I make this affidavit of my own knowledge. Number 3, I am the duly elected prosecuting attorney from Madison County, Idaho, serving as a special prosecutor in Fremont County in the above captioned cases. At no time, number 4, at no time did I coerce, unduly influence, coach, and or intimidate any witnesses or, let me go to the next page. Sorry, there's probably a faster way to set this up, but we'll figure that out later. Page 2. There we go. Or instruct a witness on how to respond to any questions by law enforcement. Number 5, at all times during the recordings referenced by the defense in their motion to disqualify prosecuting attorney and motion to extend time on motion to dismiss, Summer Shiflett and Zulema Pastenis were represented and accompanied by their Arizona attorney, Garrett Smith. So, Summer and Zulema have the same lawyer. Interesting. I didn't know Summer and Zulema were friends. Clearly, somebody put them in touch with this lawyer. Okay. I have never met with Miss Shiflett or Miss Pastenis outside the company of their attorney. The meeting with Miss Shiflett took place on or about October 1st, 2020, and the meeting with Miss Pastenis took place on or about October 2nd, 2020. Both meetings took place at the Chandler, Arizona Police Department. Number 6, the meetings I attended with Mr. Smith, Miss Shiflett, and Miss Pastenis came about as a result of Miss Pastenis reaching out to my office and law enforcement through her attorney, Mr. Smith. Okay, so right there, Rob Wood is saying, hey, I didn't call them. Zulema called me and said she wanted to talk to me with her lawyer. So there you go. We arranged these meetings. Interesting, which that kind of means that somehow Zulema and Summer were talking about something. They found this lawyer, and somehow it got suggested that they sit down with the prosecutor. Huh. All right. Number 7, the meetings I attended with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Shiflett, and Miss Pastenis were introductory in nature and not investigative. Said meetings took place before investigative meetings with law enforcement, and I did not sit in on the meetings with law enforcement. Now, this is a point that he's making right here. A lot of people could say, hey, wait a minute, you shouldn't be meeting with potential witnesses before they've even talked to investigators. That could be maybe some kind of misconduct thing, but I think what he's laying out here is, no, they called me. I didn't reach out to them. They wanted to sit down and talk to me. We sat down and talked. It was introductory. It was not investigative. So that's what happened. There you go. All right, moving on. Number 8. At no time did Mr. Smith make any objection to statements made by me, and after the introductory meetings, Mr. Smith accompanied his clients to interviews with law enforcement in which they actively participated of their own free will. At no time during or after our meeting did Mr. Smith raise an objection or concern that I had coerced, unduly influenced, coached, intimidated, or instructed a witness on how to respond to any questions. Not only did Mr. Smith not object to anything he said during the initial meetings with Mrs. Shiflett and Miss Pastenis, Mr. Smith and Miss Pastenis, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Pastenis then met with law enforcement a second time a few weeks after the first meeting. All right. Number 10, I did not record the meeting with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Shiflett, and Miss Pastenis. The recordings provided by the defense were recorded without my knowledge or consent. and do not include the entirety of the conversations among me, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Shiflett, and Miss Pastenis, and as such appear at some level to be incomplete and or possibly edited. I believe that Mr. Smith recorded these conversations due to the fact that part of the recording with Miss Pastenis appears to have taken place outside of Miss Pastenis' presence. I do not know if Miss Shiflett and Miss Pastenis consented to the recordings or to any disclosure to any third parties. Whoa. All right. Yeah. Now, see, that was a question that I brought up in the earlier video from today. Where did these recordings come from? Where did Mark Means get a hold of these? Now, I think we know. So what this does is this furthers my own personal theory, just supposition, that this is some kind of a setup or some kind of a trap thing. Yeah, I don't feel very good about this at all. I don't know what they're up to, meaning Summer, Zulema, their lawyer, Mark Means, etc. But there's something fishy going on here. So Rob Wood was very quick to respond to this. This is what he laid out. He also had another motion, though. Let me show you that one as well. He filed one more paper today as well, and this is right here. It's a little bit small. I don't know if you can read it on the screen. Actually, let me make it. I think I can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. What it says here, this is a motion for judicial protective order. Okay. The state of Idaho, by and through the Madison County Prosecutor's Office, serving as a special prosecutor in Fremont County in the above captioned case, hereby moves this court for a judicial protective order prohibiting the parties, witnesses, potential witnesses, victims, victim witness coordinators, law enforcement officers, and other court personnel from, number one, providing any exhibits referenced in the defendant's motion to disqualify the special prosecutor or any exhibits any party intends to admit in a hearing on that matter to any reporters, media, or from publishing said exhibits on social media. Number two, making any comments regarding the above captioned case on social media, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Number three, providing any correspondence or communication between or among parties to the media or publishing said correspondence or communication on social media. This motion is based on the following. It's a high-profile case, so on and so forth. So what Rob Wood is saying is like, hey, wait a minute. I don't know where these monkey butt recordings are coming from, but let's get a wrap on this. Let's not have them posting them all over Facebook, because we can't even verify the authenticity of these recordings. So the last thing we need is to have them all over social media and Twitter and Facebook and things like that. So that's what he's arguing for right here. He's asking the court to prohibit that from happening. Right, so nobody involved in this case, especially with this particular matter, is allowed to release these audio recordings. Because can you imagine them getting a hold of some YouTuber and be like, here, you want to hear this? Look what Rob Wood did. Ooh. And then somebody plays them. And then they go like wildfire all over the internet. And turns out that they're faked or they're edited or they were gotten by some sort of nefarious means and they're not admissible in court. What damage that could do to this case? I mean, that's ridiculous. So hopefully the judge will grant that. I think Means and Pryor are being ridiculous and irresponsible and a little bit crazy with this. Well, we'll see. Rob Wood is asking for an expedited hearing on this matter. He's like, I want to get this over with right now because this is some crazy stuff. He's like, let's not do this motion to delay thing. Let's just get in there like tomorrow and get this done. So I will keep watching the courthouse, keep watching Justin Lum's Twitter. If they do a hearing on this, like in the next few days, which would be amazing, I will bring it to you live. So please hit that notification bell, stay subscribed. As soon as we hear more on this, I will bring it to you and I will talk to you soon. Stay safe out there. All of you in the blizzard in New England, please be careful. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.